a mentor would want to take on for you to find a mentor.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up? What is going on? Welcome to another episode of Hey Mark, the podcast where I Mark get to yell at my phone and hope that it entertains you or brings you some new perspectives. In all realness, this is the podcast where I Mark get to have open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development. The reason that I started this podcast is because I want to be the voice that kind of helps out with some of those people that are suffering out there in silence. Some of those people that maybe don't know how to open up about what they're going through, who to talk to about, what they're going through, or how to even put words to what they're going through. So I hope that, like I said, in this episode, I can bring you some of that value. But that being said, let me jump into what it is I actually wanted to talk about today. So I recently started a group, that has discussions on WhatsApp and on Facebook about mental health and self-development. And a lot of the times, things that come up in conversation with that group or even just with my friends as well is like this feeling that, you're kind of, not alone, but you're not really having anyone guide you through this life. And so whether, you have small goals, whether it be something like in regards to your fitness or big goals, whether it's, again, in regards to your fitness or maybe your finances or your career, etc. No matter what it is, most likely you might have a goal for yourself. And maybe your goal is just to start getting out of bed on time, or maybe just start taking care of yourself a little bit better because, in the realm of mental health and self-development and self-wellness, etc., there's things that we can work on that are small scale that are going to help us a lot. And then there's other things that, are the big picture, the big ticket items that we can focus on. But for everybody, those goals are going to be completely different. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't discount your victories. Don't discount your wins. A win is a win, and it should be thought of as such. And it should be celebrated. And I'm not talking about popping bottles and chilling with your homies. I mean, celebrated in the terms that you should kind of be able to reflect and take a second to take a look at, what you've accomplished, how far you've come, and what you've achieved, and actually start to draw some self-confidence and some value out of that. And so, anyways, getting back to the topic of today, I wanted to talk about, having mentors or having someone help you out or having someone kind of help you grow your network. And so a lot of the times, if you're like me, you start on a project, say like this podcast, and you start to take a crack at it, and you've done it for a couple months, or maybe like myself, you've done it for a couple years, but you just feel like you don't really have the guidance that you're looking for. And so I don't really have anybody. Well, I do have a couple other people in my life that I know personally that run podcasts. I speak to them quite often. Zach is probably the main one, that I kind of know in real life, talk to on a regular basis. And, we both feature each other on each other's podcasts and enjoy talking to each other. And so that right there is one of the number one examples of what, in my mind, having a mentor could be. A lot of the times we think of mentors being someone that's way older than us, way more successful than us, way more knowledgeable than us, etc. We think that we have to have people like, Michael Jordan or the best of the best of the best be our mentors all the time. And this kind of comes from, I guess, comparing egos and comparing things on social media. We want to compare not only who we are, but who we learn things from. And we want to talk about, the network. You hear people all the time, they're like, your network is your net worth. And so one of the ways that, circling back to this, one of the ways that I think you can find mentors in real life is just finding people that help you motivate you, or finding people that help, criticize you or critique you, finding people that, in your real life, and people that, you're not really afraid of them. Maybe you are afraid of them judging you, but it's because you want to improve, you want to get better, and you want them to kind of help you with that. And so you're going to meet mentors, quote unquote mentors, in your real life all the time. And, you can kind of, I guess, look for the ways that the people around you are discouraging you or trying to inhibit you from getting you to your goal. Or you can take a look at, looking for the lessons in life, looking for, the mentor in the people that you surround yourself with. And so you can kind of find mentors in the people that you spend your time with most of the time if you look for lessons in their actions, in their behaviors, in their habits, or maybe in the big moves of their lives. A lot of the time, a mentor could just be somebody that you know that maybe has something that you'd like or is working towards getting something that you'd like, and they could mentor you, quote unquote, mentor you, just by you watching them on their grind. And you can learn from the things that they do well, and you can learn from their mistakes. And so Zach is one example of a mentor for me. Zach, if you're listening to this, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate the motivation that you give me, the insights that you give me. And I think that that's just one example of how we can find mentors in our real lives. And so it doesn't just limit to the people that you work with. It could be maybe your boss. It could be maybe a coworker of yours. It could be maybe one of your parents. For some people out there, it could be your father. It could be your mother. It could be your coach on your local sports team. It could be a teacher that you had growing up. You can draw back on these memories even if you still don't talk to this person, and they could still be, to this day, your quote-unquote mentors. Another way, again, back on the topic of looking for lessons and looking for mentors, another great way to find mentors is what you're doing right now, listening to podcasts, listening to different content, listening to different YouTube creators, etc. And so maybe I'm not the best mentor in the world. Maybe you do want to use me as a mentor, though, and you want to learn from the perspectives and experiences I share on this podcast. You wouldn't be alone, because that's honestly how I find a lot of my mentors as well. A lot of the times there's things that I'm working on in my life that, I really don't know many people that are working on these types of things. And it's difficult to try and connect with people as well that work on these things if you don't know them in real life, or you don't have that rapport built or that relationship built. I do reach out to some people as well on the internet that run podcasts, but one of the main ways that I kind of gain quote unquote mentorship is I listen to podcasts that I enjoy. I listen to podcasts that teach me things. I listen to podcasts that inspire me, educate me, or entertain me. And so, you could be talking about other small podcasts that are run that have similar size audiences to mine, up and coming podcasts, or what I'd call, I guess, independent podcasts. But as well, there's big podcasts you can listen to as well. Obviously, you can listen to the GOAT, Joe Rogan. If you listen to him and you listen to him just purely for entertainment, that's great. I'm glad you're being entertained. But if you're listening to him in terms of, maybe having him be your mentor, you could learn a lot from, how to successfully run a podcast, how to structure it, how to keep people engaged. And, I'm not out here running 3-hour long interviews, but that being said, there's a lot of things that I hear other successful podcasters do, or I guess I should just say successful podcasters, because I don't really have any merit to my own success in this. But I listen to successful podcasters, and I don't try and copy what they do, but I try and pull aspects out of their show that I enjoy, and I try and implement them into mine the best that I possibly can. Again, I don't have a young Jamie, and I don't run 3-hour long interviews with famous people. But, that being said, I can take some of the lessons that he has and try and implement them the best that I can. And that kind of brings me to my last type of mentor that you can kind of draw from if you don't have this network around you already. And that is something that I've spoken about multiple times on this podcast in the past, but I will continue to speak on it in the future because it's something that I'm pretty passionate about. And you can look in the background here, if you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, you can look in the background here. I've got a little bookshelf, and I always have a little book on my desk as well that I'm reading. Currently reading The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And so that is one of the best ways that you can actually find mentors that you don't know in real life, that, maybe you're not even able to connect with, or it doesn't seem like you're able to connect with because they're these big celebrities. Or maybe you couldn't connect with them because they're dead. That's the beauty of books is, unless people go around burning them, they don't die. So we can always listen to the books or audiobooks or, draw mentorship and learn from the lessons of people that, might not even be on this world anymore. They're unfortunately passed away, but, I'm going to be 100% honest. Some of the times in my life, I felt like some of the people that I'm reading books by, or people that are dead, or, people that I listen to their philosophy, maybe like Alan Watts, if you listen to his philosophy on YouTube, that kind of stuff, especially a lot of Stoicism that I've read as well, that stuff pulls me out of some dark places and motivates me and teaches me and gives me new perspectives. And so a lot of the times, the people around you in your life, and this I'm actually going to get to as well, can sometimes hold you back, but I would even be as bold to say that I would probably, I'm pretty confident to say that I have learned more, been mentored more, and been motivated more by people that have passed away from this earth already than the people that I know in real life. And I'm not trying to take a knock at the people that are in my life. I love them so much and I'm very grateful for them. But the plethora of knowledge that is out there in books, in lectures online, in all of these different things that we can draw from, read about, or there's a lot of ways we can study history and gain perspective and knowledge from people that have already passed off from this life. And, I think that we discount that a lot of the time. A lot of the time we do feel alone, but we don't understand that we have all of these beautiful, intelligent people that have lived on this earth before us. And they have so many stories to share and lessons to share that we can learn from and draw motivation from. And like I said, learn from their mistakes and also be able to learn from the things that they've done really well. So I want to circle back to talking about the friend groups as well. This is something that I mentioned already, but I want to kind of chat about this. This is more about, not just finding a mentor, but finding a network around you of people that are going to help motivate you and people that are going to uplift you and, help you and facilitate your growth. But a lot of the times we feel like maybe our network, our group of friends could be holding us back. And so when we're trying to grow, when we're trying to achieve a goal, no matter what it is we're trying to do, we're always basically faced with this kind of one of two options. And it's stay the exact same that we are right now or be uncomfortable. And obviously, hanging out with the same people and doing the same things that you've always done is always going to be more comfortable and more, it's going to be easier to do because you already have the habits instilled. But if you are looking to, maybe branch off and try something new or be successful at something that you haven't tried before, then a lot of the times your current friend group or your current, group of people that you hang around with is going to hold you back. And I'm not trying to say that because I'm trying to, like I said, take a knock at the people in my life because I'm grateful for them. But what I am trying to say is these people know you for who you are right now. And if that is a facade, if you are wearing a mask, if you're not being your true self, if you're not doing the things that you truly wish that you could be doing, then you're going to be bound into that facade of a life. And the people that are around you are going to only like you if you keep that facade up. Now, if you want to start moving into a group of people that, maybe would accept you for your true self or accept the things that you want to start doing in life, then you're going to have to start doing those things regardless of the support that you currently have in your life. I hope you guys are following along with this. I hope that this makes sense because I'm kind of scatterbrained right now and just trying to put this into words for you. But what I'm trying to say basically is, for you to gain a network that is supportive of what you're doing and understands what you're doing and wants you to grow at what you're doing, you have to start doing the things first. And that's going to start to push away the people that are already close to you, which is the fucking hard part. It's the difficult part. But once you start doing that, it's going to start attracting the people that are like-minded to you, that are doing similar things or the same things, or just want to see you grow in that area of your life. And this works with networks the same way that it does with mentors as well. If you're looking to have a mentor in whatever it is that you do, whether it's your career as a chef, whether it's a fucking fitness journey, whether it's, tutoring for fucking math, whatever it is, if you're looking for a mentor, the best way to find a mentor is to start fucking doing whatever you're doing and then kind of go from there. You're going to start to meet similar people. You're going to start to meet people that, you know, maybe you already know them and they're the person that connects you to somebody else. The point I'm trying to make is you have to be the person that a mentor would want to take on for you to find a mentor. Does that make sense? I hope it fucking does. So if you were to take a couple takeaways from this podcast episode, I'm going to try and wrap this up right now. But if you were to try and take a couple takeaways from this, I would say it is you can find fucking mentors wherever you look. You just have to fucking look for them. Whether it's someone that you already know, a podcaster out there, a YouTube person out there, a fucking author of a book, whatever it is. And then that would be the next one. The next takeaway is you can find these, you can find these mentors anywhere. So the first one is you can find mentors if you look. The second one is you can find mentors anywhere. And like I said, it can be someone that you know, it could be someone that writes a book, it could be someone that makes a podcast. And then the last ones are, you're going to keep the same group of people around you if you keep doing the same fucking things all the time, and they're probably not going to help facilitate growth in new areas of your life. And, the last ones being, if you are true to yourself, if you are true to what you want to do and the life you want to live and who you want to surround yourself with, that group of people will manifest just by you being you, truly you, and authentically you, right? And the very last one would be, once you start doing all that, then you're going to meet not only the network of people that are going to help facilitate that growth, but you're probably going to meet a mentor or two on the way as well. So just get your fucking feet moving. Yeah. Hit the ground running. I don't know what the fuck the saying truly is, but get fucking going. Let's fucking go. That's all I've got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope that this brought you some value. I hope, like I said, I hope that it helped you gain some perspective, or maybe at the very least you were entertained by me fumbling on my words once again. I was actually going to write a script for this episode so that you guys didn't have to deal with my scatterbrain, but then I didn't. So I hope that it turned out well. Anyways, if you found some value in this episode, if you feel like someone could get some value from this, please do share this episode with them. It really does help me out a lot. And if you're listening to this on the Apple Podcasts app, leave a review. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please do hit that fucking subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this shit with your friends. That's all I've got. Have a fucking good day. Have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good year for the rest of 2021 or whenever the fuck you listen to this. That's all I got. Thank you so much for the love, for the support. Much love and peace out, motherfuckers. Let's fucking go, baby.